Josh, congratulations. Is there any particular reason you've chosen to sit up there with this rather small belt rather than the larger championship belt that was awarded to you in the cage?
It was just too heavy, man.
Can you put into emotions? I mean, I imagine you're still processing, right? Because there's this build to this moment, and you don't really get the whole fight, like everything that you were expecting, but you get the reward that you wanted, right? So can you put into words, just process what you're feeling right now?
Man, like I said, it was this whole week. It was kill or be killed. You know, I knew I was going to win the fight, but I didn't want the fight to end that way for sure. And as soon as he's recovered, man, I want to run it back. You know, just because I respect him so much. He's one of the greatest of all time and things like that. So I do want to run it back with him.
Yeah. You didn't get a lot of time to feel him out in there, but he was very aggressive. You had some great exchanges early on. Yes. I mean, how were you reading him early? How did it play out versus what you were expecting?
It was everything I expected. You know, he's aggressive, and like I said, he's a champion for a reason, man.
Yeah. Is your idea that, hey, let's see how he's doing would you prefer to run it back with him first before someone else? Does it matter? Does it matter who you face next, knowing that you want to face him eventually?
I would say it don't matter, but like I said, man, I feel like he deserves it. You know what I mean? So. Whatever the UFC want is what I'm going to do next, but I do want to run it back with him for sure.
Yeah. It's been incredible the pace you've kept to get here. Do you need a break now? Do you need some rest? Or are you like, hey, let's get me in February? Can you keep this pace? What's your plan as champion?
I want to be the active champion for sure, but I'm taking this month off.
A month off, nice.
A month off, yes.
And I guess last thing for me would be, what would you say to somebody that says, I can't count that guy as a real champion? That fight didn't really play out. What would you say to him?
Fuck them. Yeah. If you do good, they will talk shit. And if you do bad, they will talk shit. So do what makes you happy, you know what I mean? So it don't matter what they think, man. I won.
Josh, over here. Tatsura was in here, and he said he ran into you backstage, and you met. And he said in his mind, the fight's already booked. So can you elaborate on that meeting, and what did you make of his performance?
Yeah, he looked great tonight, you know what I mean? Like I said, I do want to give the champ, I mean, I am the champ now, but I do want to give Pantoja a rematch for sure. But like I said, whatever the UFC want, you know what I mean? So whatever it is, man, they got my number, so.
You know, you're famous for just being incredibly active and all, but it's adding those 2 extra rounds, are you going to be able to keep up this activity? Because we just saw Marab in the main event, it seemed to maybe 4 title fights in 1 year maybe catches up to you near the end. Do you think you can stay this active as champion?
I ain't never been a champion, so I don't know. You know what I mean? So this is my first time being a world champion, and I'm going to see what's up. You know, my first camp as defending this title, I'll see how hard it is and things like that. So, and we go from there. But I do want to fight at least 3 times a year, every year. So, maybe if we could push it 4, 5, let's go.
Oh, and then just last one for me. Normally, when a champion from another country gets their first belt, they go home and they have a parade. They have the videos of their country meeting them in the airport. So, have you thought of that yet? Going back to Myanmar with the belts and the scenes in the airport and getting the parade and the heroes welcome and everything?
I do want to go back to my country if it's possible, but you know, right now it's the government and all these things going on and stuff like that. So, hopefully soon I will be able to go back home, you know. But yes, I do want to go back for sure.
Josh, how does it feel to be the first homegrown Fury FC champion?
It's crazy, right? I started with Fury from amateur to pro, and now UFC champ, you know what I mean? So, and I gotta give a shout out to my teammate, you know what I mean? Shout out to Micah, Houston Marza, and Dakota Hope, and things like that. You know, they was helping me this whole camp, you know what I mean? And shout out to 4 Ounce Fight Club, 4 Ounce to Aslan Boxing Gym, Temple Construction, you know, they helped me a lot this camp.
With the UFC going back to Houston, obviously you're probably not going to be finding that card, but is it going to be nice to be in the crowd as the champion?
Oh, it'd be dope. Yes.
Congrats, man.
TV here with MMA Myanmar. First of all, congratulations, Josh.
Thank you.
Do you want to say something to Pantoja and his family?
Well, Pantoja is a great champion, so hey man, I hope you recover quick, and you know maybe we can run it back.
Okay, thank you. Did you say something to your mom or your mom say something to you right after the fight? If so, what was it?
I don't know what I said, bro. I was in the moment, so yeah, I don't know.
Okay, do you want to say something to your mom now then?
I love you, mom.
Thank you. So, if Dana or UFC listen to you, you know, where do you want your next fight to be? Like somewhere close to Burma, or where do you want it to be?
Like I said, man, at the end of the day, I'm just a fighter. Whatever the UFC want is what I'm gonna do next.
All right. Okay. So last thing from me again. တန်းနေချီတဲ့မြန်မာပြည်သက်တီကြည်နေတယ်ပေါ့နော်ကျွန်တော်တို့အားပေးကြတယ်ဆိုတော့မြန်မာပြည်သက်တီတန်းနေချီတဲ့မြန်မာပြည်သက်တီအတွက်နောက်ဆုံးစကားလေးတစ်ခုပြောပြပါဦး
ကျွန်တော်မြန်မာပြည်သက်တွေတို့ကျွန်တော်ရုံးဝတ်တာပါတယ်ပြီးရင်ကျွန်တော်တို့ချန်ပီယံတစ်ခုဖြစ်သွားပြီကမ္ဘာလုံးကကျွန်တော်တို့မြန်မာကိုတီးလိုက်မယ် yeah
Thank you ကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်
thank you
Josh over here to your left. Congratulations on the win tonight. At one point last year, we thought you were going to fight Tatsuro in June, and fast forward, we're now here where we potentially could see that fight for a belt. So, did you expect your guys' career to take off the way it did since that point?
Yeah, it's crazy, right? I knew for a fact that we gonna run into each other. You know what I mean? It's either now or later in the chapter. You know what I mean? So, like I said, man, whatever the UFC got planned, I'll do it.
Given how you guys have both evolved in such a short amount of time, how differently do you approach that fight this time around compared to how you would have done last year?
I would have whooped his ass last year. Same thing. That's the way I feel every time.
Josh over here. Congrats on the victory. Congratulations on the last 18 months. 18 months ago, you had a knockout loss to Charles Johnson. You've obviously rebounded so well. Is that a fight you'd like to get back one day?
Well, he got yeah.
And 2 victories ago, you bought your mom a house. What are you getting her besides the belt?
I don't know. That's a surprise. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Champ already.